So today I'm going to go a bit deeper. I'm going to answer your questions that I've received. I'm going to tell you the why behind these 3 strategies as I recap my business in 2021. Because if you're thinking of incorporating processes and social media and content marketing into your 2022 strategies, then you are going to want to hear why I 100% agree and think that you are on the money. CPTV, you an entrepreneur, I got what you need. CPTV. Hey there, my loves. Welcome back to CPTV, the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their ideas and passions into businesses and those businesses into 6- and 7-figure empires. Does that sound like you? Well, then you are going to want to come on in, take a look around, watch some trainings, and absolutely subscribe, because every single Tuesday, I am giving you the strategies and the step-by-step actionable training and tips for you to implement immediately into your business and your entrepreneurial journey so that you can get to that level of freedom that you dream about and deserve. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you don't miss any of it. And of course, if you like it, then show me. All talk and no action makes CP a very sad girl. Smash that like button and tell me your #1 business goal for 2022 in the comments below. I am excited to hear them. So a few weeks ago, I shared with you guys what my 2022 business strategies are going to be. And I did all of that while encouraging you guys to really take the time to sit down and map out what your plans were going to be and figure out what your goals are. And in doing that, I got tons and tons of questions and requests to go a little deeper into what those strategies are and why I chose those strategies and the reasons why I chose those strategies. I hear you a bit, Bougie TV. I'm thinking you guys want to know because there were a couple of those strategies that I must have mentioned that you can truly identify with. And I feel you, I do, because honestly, the 3 strategies that I discussed are pretty much ongoing strategies for me year after year after year. So today I'm going to go a bit deeper. I'm going to answer your questions that I've received. I'm going to tell you the why behind these 3 strategies as I recap my business in 2021. Because if you're thinking of incorporating processes and social media and content marketing into your 2022 strategies, then you are going to want to hear why I 100% agree and think that you are on the money. I like 70s music too, y'all. It's not all 90s hip hop and R&B around here, okay? So let's get to work. So my first strategy is to build my infrastructure and processes. And you asked me, why are you fixing your processes, CP? I would think that you have them all figured out. And I might have quite a few of them figured out. It's true. But in all honesty, every single year, I like to look back at what processes I've implemented, the SOPs or the standard operating procedures that we've incorporated into the business, the technology that makes those processes work, and I like to evaluate. Because truthfully, over time, some of them just don't work. And throughout the year, I've actually made notes. Take a look at this process, improve this process, tweak this process. And I keep that running tally throughout the year. And those things weigh on my mind. They sit in my brain and they constantly cause me to think and want to make adjustments. So every single year, I take a look at those other processes and I come up with new ones that I need to really map out and automate in order to make my business more efficient and easier for me to navigate. It ultimately saves me time. It ultimately saves me money, and it increases my capacity. It allows me to delegate things to my team, to grow my team, and to ultimately be able to get more of what I do out to you guys so it can help you grow your business. So when I say, and when you ask me, why am I fixing my processes? Because everything deserves and needs a relook. Lots and lots of your processes are going to be tweaked from year to year. You'll come up with one, you'll use it and you'll realize where it might be broken or where it might need some tweaking or fixing or updating. And now is the time for you to ultimately do that. So over the course of the last few weeks of the year, I always take a look, adjust my SOPs, write new ones, and then I use the new year to implement those and keep track of those and continue to update and tweak. There are some things in my business that I still have been doing pretty manually, and I know that I can improve upon those and create efficiencies in those that I haven't actually thought about. So ultimately, in 2022, that strategy of building that infrastructure and creating those processes that I've been talking to you about is something that you should absolutely incorporate. Some of you out there may not have any processes documented. You may not have any implemented, and you may still be doing all kinds of tasks, repeatable tasks, without actually having processes around them. 2022 is that time of year for you to begin to implement those. For me, tweaking and updating and creating new ones is going to be critical. And that's why I say I need to fix them, because I ain't perfect. I ain't over here. I'm navigating. I'm making mistakes. I'm learning from them. And processes is one of the first pieces of my business that will make my business get to that next level and get to that double-digit growth that I so desire on a year in, year out basis. My second strategy is to create more content marketing and beef up my social media game. And you asked me, why did you choose IG and TikTok, CP? Well, let me break this down for you. You've heard me profess to you in the past, especially when it comes to social media and content marketing, that you need to pick a primary platform and begin to use other platforms as your secondary sources. So for the past couple of years, my primary platform has been YouTube. And honestly, YouTube is a beast. If you've ever tried it, you know what I'm talking about. And it's taken me a good 18 months to 2 years to really get YouTube under my belt, get comfy in what that looks like, and continue to create consistent content there. It's still my primary platform. But in 2022, I think it's going to be a great time for me to expand more into my secondary platforms. And I chose IG and TikTok for some very specific reasons. Here's why. Going through my analytics, remember, I've told you to think like a CEO. You remember that video? I'll go ahead and link to it right here, right now, because strategic thinking is critical to being a CEO. And my strategy is always based off of results. I talked about that one as well. Well, in going through my analytics and really figuring out who my audience is and what they have become, I noted the age ranges of my audience. And you'll see that from 24 all the way up to 55 is my target audience. But the majority of my audience is in that 24 to kind of 44 range. And in doing my research on which secondary platform I really wanted to tackle and begin to really dive into, I found that the majority of the folks in that age range are using IG and TikTok as their primary social media platforms. That's where they like to get their education. That's where they like to make connections. And that's where they find their influencers. So I picked TikTok and IG, not because they're my 100% favorite, because, I don't really have a favorite other than YouTube, but I chose those because my audience and my analytics told me that that is where I need to show up more. That's why I picked them. Instagram is one that is really, really focused on Reels. And I began diving into learning and understanding and really figuring out what my strategies needed to be around those two additional platforms. Instagram, Reels is really big. That's short form video. That equates to TikTok, which I absolutely dove into, played around with a bit in 2021 to kind of beta and to kind of test what that marketing strategy and that algorithm would look like. And I found that it is the most fluid algorithm that exists, and it's going to help me build my audience faster. TikTok is actually easier to go viral on than IG is. IG is a lot older, the algorithm is a lot more finicky, and I felt like if I'm going to be focusing on short form, quick, lesson-oriented, fun, show my personality type of videos, then Instagram Reels, which is 15 to 60-second videos, and TikTok go hand in hand. It also is where my audience exists. exists. And that's why I'm focusing in those two areas. Now, I actually prefer Facebook. Maybe it's my age, my kids tell me that only old people are on Facebook. Whatever. I don't care what they say. But I've got to dive into IG and TikTok because that's where my audience is. And video, as you can see, is where I thrive. It's what I love. And I've got a whole entire library of video content. So if I don't want to start from scratch, but I still want to move into my secondary platforms and get to where my audience is telling me I need to show up, then I can repurpose that vast video library that I have, turn a lot of those longer videos that you guys see here on YouTube into short form lessons and videos, and just repurpose that content and begin to build my audience on IG and on TikTok. So that's the real reason why. Very strategic. It's a strategy. I didn't just pick it willy-nilly. I dove into the numbers, used the results, and now it's time for me to get it all the way together and show up where y'all are telling me I need to show up. So I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you, if you are a part of the CPTV family and you don't already follow me on IG or on TikTok, make sure you do. I'm at Cheryl C. Perez. Come on in, because I'm going to be incorporating some really fun stuff using YouTube, checking you out, promoting your businesses on those platforms. And I'm going to be asking you to kind of take some screenshots and tag me, and doing all kinds of fun stuff on those too. So that's the answer to your question. That's why I chose them. I didn't just pick them. They kind of picked me. My third strategy is make sure that I have products or services that I can provide online. And you asked me, what businesses are you actually running, CP? Well, my businesses incorporate consulting services, coaching services, and online and digital products. I began building out my online digital product library a couple of years ago. And the primary reason why I did so is because ultimately the real true freedom of being able to run my business from anywhere in the world, which I've told you guys several million times, that is my long-term 6-year plan. You know how my youngest is graduating and I want to be able to work from the beach. Well, I began building out the online digital product for that reason, but also because my consulting and coaching services are high ticket products. They are on the top of the ladder when it comes to cost. And I really wanted to be able to work with and teach and train entrepreneurs who can't necessarily afford to pay me as a consultant and doing it for them types of services, or even as a one-on-one coach, because it tends to be more expensive. The online build out of the products enables me to provide those same lessons, those same trainings, those same step-by-step, detailed, in-depth how to build and grow your business types of trainings in a more affordable way. It also brings me really honestly into the 21st century. I mean, people really want to be able to learn on their own time. People really want to be able to go to the University of YouTube and get all the information that they want. And digital and online products automatically are built into that. Next year, well, 2022, I should say, this year, I am really building out more of those online digital products. I've got some amazing ideas that are going to target kind of a different segment of my population. For a long time, I've been focusing generally on startup businesses and providing them with the resources and the tools to set up their businesses and their infrastructure to be able to get to that next level. Well, I am going to actually be kicking off, in addition to my Startup Academy, because that is where the majority of my online products and services exist right now. My Startup Membership Academy is designed for startup entrepreneurs who want to know the in-depth details of how to get their businesses set up, how to set up their infrastructure, how to create marketing, how to launch, how to build, set up their LLCs, how to get their addresses and get their marketing and all that kind of good stuff. And if you are a startup entrepreneur and you want more information on the Startup Academy, make sure you check out the link in the description below to request some information. If you click it, I'll ask you for some information and I'll start to send you some details about it. But aside from my startup entrepreneurs, what I found is my students and my coachees that have already gone through the membership academy, they are now entering that next level. And that next level is really honing in on those processes, those SOPs, those things inside of my business through my experience that I've been able to incorporate that make me that much more efficient and allow me to really scale. So my next set of online digital products is going to be focusing on scaling beyond the startup phase, really specifically around very specific segments of my audience. And that is going to be consultants and service providers, coaches, speakers, nonprofit organizations, insurance and financial service industry, and e-commerce students. I am going to be focusing on giving you the actual basic processes and SOPs that you need to incorporate into your business in order to get it to that next level. I've been creating these SOPs and developing them for years. I teach my students and my coachees in one-on-one how to do that. And now I'm going to be building out the online and digital products surrounding those specific things, because forever you could only get that from me if I was doing it for you as a consultant, or if I was working with you one-on-one to build those out in your business. Well, now in a general way, an online digital products will be created around all of those specific types of entrepreneurs in those specific industries, and I'm literally just gonna give y'all the SOPs and all the goodies that go along with that. If you like that and if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to see if I'm on the right track. I've been keeping the data, I've been listening to what you've been saying, but I'm gonna start betaing a few of those things, working with a small group of entrepreneurs to test out these products and services, specifically online, and I'm interested to get your input and your feedback on if that's something that you need in your business. Would it be helpful for you if I just handed you the processes, the basic processes of marketing and selling and servicing and converting customers and invoicing and getting your money and putting your money back out there and all that good stuff? If it would be helpful for you if I would just give it to you and say, here it is, this is what you need to do, put it into your business. Let me know in the comments below by saying, give it to me, CP. Yes, CP. I want it, CP. And it's going to be very helpful for me. I appreciate that. So that's kind of what my business is, consulting and coaching, and I'm building out my online products. And I think that it is an amazing opportunity, especially living in this world of COVID and the pandemic, for everybody to really be looking into providing some type of online or digital product that people can tap into. The reality is it's huge growing. It's fast. It's projected to just be skyrocketing because everybody likes to be able to do stuff online. Everybody likes the convenience of being able to shop from their home and also now learn from their home. So definitely think about it as a 2022 strategy for your business if you haven't already thought about it, because I know that the future of CCP brands is going to exist a lot in what I'm able to provide online. So now, do you better understand my rationale? Good. If anything I've said resonates with you, I'd suggest that you dig a little deeper. Maybe some of why I'm doing what I'm doing is why you should be doing what you should be doing. But I don't know about you. I am truly ready to get this shit started. It's a new year. It's a fresh start. So hopefully you'll take advantage of it like me, because I am about to come hard for all of you. And until next time, my loves, please stay safe out there. It is crazy. Until next Tuesday, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Mwah!